Okay, once again, good morning everyone. So we will continue the different individual characteristics. We already discussed the body, the diacritic, eyelet, connection, foot. Okay, so foot na tayo. So number 5, foot. So pag merong body ang letter, we have also foot. So foot is the lower part which rests on the baseline. The letter M has 3 feet, and letter N and H have 2 feet. So let's see. So if you're going to write letter M this way, so it has 3 feet. So 1, 2, 3. And then N, 1, 2. And then letter H, ayan. So if you are going to do this in your activity, you have to put an arrow emphasizing the foot of the letter. And then another one is the baseline. Number 6, baseline. Ano yung meron sa baseline? On the baseline, this is an imaginary line which all the letters are supposed to be aligned. The rule of or imaginary line upon which the writing rests. So like for example, so, pag imaginary line tayo, okay, first is visible line. Visible line. So, anong gagawin mo dyan? So, kita natin yung line niya. So, if you are going to execute your writing, at least, align siya. Pero, pag imaginary line naman, ganun lang muna. So, baseline. You can see the differences. May mapupunta sa taas kasi nga wala siyang line na sinusundan. And then another one is ano pa? We have invisible line. Okay? So, wala kang makitang line dyan. So, baseline. So, you can compare the 3 if they are aligned or not. And then, number 7 is the hiatus or pen jump. So, number 7, hiatus or pen jump. What is the causes of pen jump? Okay, on this is a failure to complete a junction or a connecting stroke without lifting the pen. A gap occurring between continuous stroke without lifting the pen. Such occurrence was due to the speed. The hiatus may also be stated as pen jump. So, like for example, yan, nagmamadali ka sa pagsulat. Tapos, this might be one of the example, and then this one, and then jump, pen jump. Yan. Mga ganun. Those are example of hiatus and pen jump. Another one is hook. Okay, hook. Paano naman yung hook na yan? Number 8. So, hook, it is a minute curve or a angle which often occur at the end of the terminal stroke. The terminal curves of the letter A, D, H, U. All letters have hook. That depends on how you execute your writing. So, example here. Okay, so if you're going to write letter A, ayan. Yan ang hook mismo. Ito mismo. Yan. Letter B. Ayan. Ano pa? Pero if you're going to execute your letter A this way, walang hook yan. Kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, that depends on how you execute your writing. So, ganyan siya. This is the term that you are going to use when you will be called as an examiner in court proceeding. Magprepresent kayo ng mga ng mga result of your examination, and you will be using this term instead of illustrating inside the court. You will just be saying foot, baseline, hiatus, hook. Okay, next is we have initial stroke. So, what is the initial stroke here? So, number 9, bear this in mind kasi kulang na ang board natin. Initial stroke. Ano ba yung initial stroke? This initial stroke is the first element of a stroke. So, where did you see or where did I start writing the letter F? O, diba? Saan ako nagsimula? Dito sa foot na to, dito sa letter F. When I wrote this F, diba dito ako nagsimula? Dito'y nga to na, dito'y mismo. Isu dayta, nag-start ak. And then, letter M, this is where I started writing letter M. And then letter B, dito din sa taas. Ano pa? Kung saan ka nagsimula sa pagsulat, that is your initial stroke. Another one is loop. Okay, loop. Under loop, there are 3 kinds of loop also. So, dapat kompleto yan sa paggawa ng activity. Okay, next is anong number ang loop natin? Number 10. For loop, pag meron kayong loop sa inyong fingerprint, meron din tayong loop sa question document. Okay. So, how about this? Under loop, we have open loop, bind loop, and then, ano pa? Upper and lower loop. Upper and lower loop. Okay, so under open loop, ano bang letters ang merong loop? Wag na naman ninyong sasabihin na may loop ang letter E. Sa letter E, hindi yung loop. That is your eyelet. Eyelet ang meron sa letter E na yan. So, ang merong loop is letter L. Ayan. That is open loop. Pag isusulat mo siya sa bind loop, ganyan siya. Awan iti makita nga abot ijeteng nga. And then, upper and lower, ano yung mga letters na merong upper and lower loop? We have letter F. Okay? So, that's how you are going to execute it. So, letter G. Okay, ganyan yan. Yan ang kanyang loop. So, ayan, lagyan ko ng arrow. Pero, if you are going to execute letter G this way, that is not loop anymore. That is eyelet. Eyelet na yan. Okay? So, mali siya. Eyelet bigay. Okay? So, that depends on how you execute the letter. So, if you are going to be called inside the court to present the result of your examination, you will be saying there that the standard document on letter J has a loop. While the question document is, the letter G there has no loop. It has eyelet. So, ganun yun. That's how you are going to compare the two. Or otherwise, the loop is open under standard document, while on the question document is bind loop. Mga ganyan. That's why we are learning the different individual characteristics of the letter. Okay, next is we have another one is there are 2 kinds of loop, by the way. So, we have the long letter, those letter with both upper and lower loop. So, ang tawag natin dito is long letter. So, example natin is yung letter F. And then, yung ascender is it the top portion of the letter or upper loop. So, etong letter L, ang tawag natin dyan ay ascender. Ascender siya. Yan. And then, yung letter G, ascender din. Either upper and lower. Pero etong letter F natin, that is what we call long letter. Okay? And then next is, number 11 is oval. How are you going to execute your writing or letter in oval way? Okay, so the portion of a letter is oval in shape. Like for example, letter O. Okay, pag ilalagay mo yung letter O, pag ganyan ang pagsulat mo, that is circular. Pero pwede mo naman siyang gawing oval. Okay, di ba? So, this way. O, yan. So, nagiging oval na siya. Ano pa? Letter A. That's how you execute your handwriting. So, Ano na naman ang dahilan kung bakit may oval na naman ang letter? Because you will be comparing the standard document to question document if it is how they execute the writing is either oval or circular. O, diba? O, i-compare mo yan. Sasabihin mo doon sa question document, ang ginamit nung tao sa pagsusulat ng letter o sa question document ay oval. Pero, yung standard document, yung letter O niya is circular. So, yun yung tawag natin doon. Ano pang mga letter ang pwede sa oval? Pwede lahat ng letter, but that depends on how you execute the letter. So, letter B, gawin nating oval. Ayan. Naging oval yung body of letter B. And then, next is, we have number 12, retrace. Okay. Ano naman ang retrace? Paano yung retrace? Any part of a stroke which is superimposed upon the original stroke and a stroke which goes back over the same writing stroke. So, letter L. O, di ba? Tataas natin yan tapos bababa. So, there is a retrace there. Ano pa? Letter B. That depends on how you execute the letter. So, ayan, yung ginamit natin doon. Retrace yon. And then another one is we have shoulder or hump. Number 12 tayo. Number 12. Number 12 is shoulder. Kung meron tayong feet sa letter, meron din tayong shoulder. Anong meron sa shoulder? Ang merong shoulder na naman is yung letter M. Kung siya ay may feet na tatlo, meron din siyang shoulder. Saan ang shoulder dyan? This is the shoulder of letter M and letter H and letter N. So, mga ganyan. Those are the shoulder. So, and the next is yung staff or stem. Pag sa staff or stem naman, staff, bakit kulang yung, 13 dapat yung shoulder. Number 14 yung staff or stem. Ano naman yung staff or stem? Paano natin i-execute yan? Ayan, taas ko muna. Para last yan. So, under staff or stem, any major long downward stroke of a letter that is the long downward stroke of letter B and G. So, ilalagay natin pataas yun yung B ko, pababa. Yung pababa na paglagay ko dito sa baba niya, that is the stem. Another one is letter G, sige, ayan, tapos pababa siya. So, yung pababa na yan, that is the staff or the stem. So, huwag niyong pagpapalitin yan. Okay? And then, when you are going to do this activity, you have to put an art. Hindi basta-basta lang nagsusulat kayo ng ganyan-ganyan lang, ha? I will just give you some example about doing this. So, I hope you understand the uses of the individual characteristics of the letter. Marami pa tayong tatapusin. Madami na yan. Kaya, itutuloy na lang natin yung iba next meeting. So, meron pang spur, garlanded, beard, ganyan. Okay, so that ends our discussion about different individual characteristics. We will continue later. God bless everyone.